Oh, hello guys, welcome back. I'll tell you a story about VR and there will be godly rewards in here somewhere, I promise. We were playing the diving VR and I went back to Australia and I was diving and I went out to the wreck and I'm picking up trash. And I look up and there's two great whites. Then there's three, so all three came back. And I was really enjoying it. I'm like telling Loki, isn't this exciting? Look, all three great whites are here. Isn't this amazing? Aren't you thrilled? And he's like, uh-huh. And I'm swimming with them and I'm false starting the photography challenge so I can refill my tank. I'm swimming with these great whites. And the beautiful giant rays show up and there's the fish. And I'm enjoying this. You know, there's these three beautiful female great whites and they are coming in and they are checking me out once I stay still. They come in, they check me out, and they're looking at me and they're beautiful. And they were kind of interacting with each other too, which was a little interesting. And I'm looking at the rays and the rays they're doing the same thing. They're coming once I start standing, you know, being still in the water, they come and they're checking me out. Then I see, like, kind of far off, I see this outline and I'm like, there's a forest shark. And look, he's like, there's not a forest shark. And I look up and I'm like, there's another great white. He's like, uh-huh, that's nice. And I looked again and I'm like, no, that's not a great white. That has stripes. That's a tiger shark. And I'm off. You guys know me and sharks. I'm off after the tiger shark. And I'm babbling baby talk at this tiger shark, which is just giving me the side eye like, they warned me about you. You can just stay over there. But she was being really gentle and sweet, but she was just looking at me like, you're the only human that would do this. Do you know this? Why are you coming after me? I'm a tiger shark. She was so beautiful. She had those beautiful eyes that tiger sharks have. They're so beautiful. And they're so pretty. And I'm like babbling to Loki. Look, it's a tiger shark. Oh my god, she's a tiger shark. She's so pretty. Look at those teeth. Oh, she's so pretty. And he's like, you know, you would get eaten. I'm never letting you near actual water. You would get eaten in 5 minutes. You would be petting the deadliest things in the sea and giving them kisses. And you would get bit. And I'm like, I love her. And he's like, you know not to hug a wild animal, right? And I'm like, yeah, but this is VR. And they were fun. The sharks were fun. The sharks just kind of put up with me now, and the great whites will come over and check you out. But the tiger shark, she just wasn't sure. Why was this human flying over to look at her? But it unlocked a memory. I was talking with one of you that just got VR, so congratulations, enjoy. And we were talking about how you do have to work up through VR. You do have to work up to different levels. I started at a baby level. It took me the longest time to leave the really mild stuff. There are really mild things you can do in VR to kind of get yourself used to VR. And there's a skill set you learn. It took me about a year to get my skill set really down. It's not that you'll blunder through everything. You'll do pretty good. But you'll suddenly hit a certain stage where you'll realize I'm just so much better at this than I was a year ago, and you'll be able to go back and do stuff and enjoy it more. So keep that in mind. But what it reminded me of is we all fear something. And, you know, in VR, sometimes it can be really intense if you're afraid of something. I used to be terrified of water. I wasn't. Once upon a time, when I was little, I loved water, and I could not wait to go to the pool. And we finally went to the pool, and I was having fun, and I wanted to be in the baby pool. There was, like, in our local town, there's a baby pool, and then there's a big pool. No. My father decided in his infinite wisdom that I was going in the regular pool, while my mom, being a mother, was like, okay, well, she can sit on the step, and I'll sit with her. And my father's like, no. That's not how she'll learn. And before my mother had anything to do with it, or anyone could stop him or realize what he was doing, my father took me and threw me in a deeper part of the pool. Now remember, this is the first time I've been in a pool. I'd never really been in water besides a tub before, so what do you think happened? I went straight down. And I was terrified and panicking because no one had taught me how to breathe underwater or any of this other stuff. So I just went straight down. And there was this man in the pool that was a man but wasn't a man, because I could see him, but I could only see him up in my mind's eye, which you can't say as a little kid. So I told them about the invisible man who helped me, because there was a man in the pool who, put his arms, not put his arms, but put his hands at my sides, and he pushed me up through the water, and he was like telling me, "It's okay. Water's where I live." I was like, "Who are you? Why are you helping me?" Because somebody just threw me in a pool. I wasn't having a good day. And he says, "Oh, I live in the water. The water's my home. You'll always be safe in the water. It's okay." And he got me towards the surface, and my mother had come to my rescue. My mother had dove in, and my mother saved me, and she was giving my dad holy hell, because she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And my dad goes, "Well, that's how dogs learn." That's how my dad taught my brother to swim too, and to this day my brother can't swim. Um, and my mother was beyond pissed, because she says, "Oh, you can't throw a child in. A child's not a dog, and that's not a good way to teach a dog to swim either. You don't just throw them in water and hope for the best. Old Sparky there might freeze up, and that's the end of old Sparky." Well, I was trying to tell my mom about this man who helped me. And the adults that would listen and believe me thought it was a guardian angel, but a lot of adults were giving me hell and saying I shouldn't make up stories about strangers. Don't I know what strangers do to children? And I thought, who lives in the water? Because I was remembering this. And I've had to learn through the years that absolutely everything in my life is not Loki. I would like it to be, and sometimes Loki will pretend it is, but there are other gods in existence. And I was thinking about this, and today I kept getting really tired and sleepy, and it felt like a god was almost like putting me in, not quite into a trance, but putting me to sleep so I'd rest. And I thought, who is the god that it feels like some god's calling me out to the sea? Because I'm gifted that way. And I thought, well, Loki's god of the sea. And I know it wasn't New York because I've worked with him a lot. And I was like, it's not him. It's really not Loki. Because Loki was actually stone bored. Loki was like, sparks good. And he just gets bored. And when he's bored, he's not going to help you. It was Poseidon. And I was extremely grateful that Poseidon showed up, where Poseidon showed up, and he was helping me and he was healing me, and he was saying, "Why won't you let me help you?" And I was kind of cranky. I was like, "I love you and everything, but you show up when you feel like it." Not that I didn't appreciate him showing up when I didn't feel too good, but I was still cranky at him for, like, I do pray to him a lot, not just when he's here, but I pray to him, try to pray to him every night and remember him in my prayers, and talk to all my gods. I try to talk to all my gods at least every night. And I try to feel like, does it feel like anybody wants special attention or anything? But it was funny, because I was like, I'm starting to see stuff associated with the ocean and the seas everywhere now. And there's this special name for that, but I was like, no, it's something more than that. And Poseidon, was spending time with me today, so I did make some food, and I offered him some food, and I offered him coffee, because there's a priest of his that makes him coffee. Now, I know anyone can call themselves a priest or priestess of anything, so I always take stuff with a grain of salt. And he had wanted turkey. Not turkey, chicken. And there's no chicken in the house. But I made manicotti and lasagna, and he seemed okay with that. Not thrilled, but he was okay. And it was nice. And he got to a point where Poseidon, with me at least, can get a little moody. He went from being really sweet and gentle and nurturing to I wasn't showing appropriate amounts of joy and gratitude. When I would go in and lay down, we were fine and we were spending time together. But, when I was up, we were kind of agitating each other, and he'd keep coming over and being agitated. And I wouldn't want him near me agitated. I don't want to deal with Poseidon when he's moody and grumpy. There's only one god that gets to do that. And so we were getting along, and then we weren't getting along, and Ogu came, and he's like, you have to show some gratitude. Not that you're being ungrateful, but you know how we are. Any of the gods attached to the sea are just moody and snappy and growly. And he says, you let Loki be growly, and you let me be growly. I said, because you're both cute when you're growly. And he's like, meh, 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 meh. I'm like, Poseidon is not cute when he's growly. Poseidon when he's growly is just Poseidon growly. It's decidedly not cute. And he's like, you have to give him, if he wants to be growly and be around you, you have to accept you just have this growly sea god that wants to be around you. And I'm like, okay. So what did I do? I went back into the diving game because I was going to go hide in the ocean from Poseidon because he'll never find me. And he just kept following me. And I was like, no, you aren't here often enough. Go away. I was grateful he healed me, and I had thanked him repeatedly. But at the same time, I was kind of mad at him because I felt like I hadn't been getting enough attention. So I was like, get away. But then I remembered that pole thing. So I just have some food for thought. I don't know if all the sea stuff I'm seeing is just that phenomenon where, like, you hear about something and then you see it everywhere. Or if it is Poseidon hit me over the head, because I honestly thought I told Poseidon right before I did that dive, I said, I'd like a sign for me. And I'm like, yeah, he's going to give me a sign in VR. And 3 great whites, 2 giant rays, a bunch of fish, and a tiger shark show up. It's like the maritime version of 12 Days Christmas. And it was nice. It really was. So I think it probably was a response from him. I know there's a chance all my gods are Loki, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they are other gods. And it was interesting because he says he wants to help me work with my health. And he said that before. He was in his temples. He was known as a healer. He still is, but he can be moody and I can be moody. And sometimes it doesn't go well together because if one's moody and the other's calm, it works. But if you're both moody and feeling grumpy, that's not going to work to put you together. So we have to try to work that out, and we're trying. I do love him. I love the Greek gods, but they're very much, they come and they're here and then they're gone. Now I know part of that's they're letting Loki have his patch because this is Loki's turf. And every so often I think he goes behind the scenes and he chases everyone else away, but at the same time, I also like stability. I like a daily relationship with a god or goddess so I can actually get to know them pretty well, because I kind of know the Greek gods, but not as much as someone that serves them every day and prays to them every day. Even though I pray to them every day, most of the time it feels like Poseidon's not listening, and I'm like, this is why we don't get along. Because I pray to you and it feels like you don't even care and you're not listening, and then you show up at random, and I'm very thankful for the blessing of your healing, but at the same time, I don't think you remotely like me. So I don't know. If you work with Poseidon, you're free to offer advice. We just seem to not work well together. I had that problem with Papa Ogu with Beliano. We did not like each other. When I found out he was, the one I was going to be working with, I burst into tears. I cried. I thought he was going to be Daddy the Second. I was terrified of him, and he's so sweet. I love him, but I don't know. It's just a thing, and there were like weird things today in that game today with fangtooth fish and everything. So I think Poseidon's going above and beyond to show me it's him talking to me, but I don't know how to feel about it. So if you have worked with him, feel free to comment below. And if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.